Welcome back to Granbury TV. I'm Drew Whitaker here, sitting with the sheriff for our weekly sheriff report. How are you this morning?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. What do we have going on in the city of Granbury?
Well, this is mostly the county of Hood, since I'm the sheriff. I don't know if any of this stuff was done in the city. It might have been, but I think most of it's just out in the county. But been a busy week. Got a number of different stories going on, and drug arrest and an aggravated assault. And this week's been busy for me as far as in my administration, because we had the judge called for budget workshops this week. Normally we do that in July. And he decided he wanted to get things kicked off and going pretty quick this year, so had a lot of different budget things going on. And then Tuesday and Wednesday this week, then we've had workshops to try to total up everybody's wants and needs, and so that was a start of a long process. And I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's probably 22, 23, $24 million worth of county budget. So.
And everyone needs something.
Everybody needs something, and there's a limited pot of money there with the taxes that'll be coming in, the tax base. That the only variable in any of that is sales tax. Most of that goes to the city of Granbury, and out in the county it's a whole lot more limited what the county can draw off of for sales tax. But so the rest of it's pretty much set in stone year round, what your house is valued at and what the taxes will be. So
yes, sir.
And then the other variable is, will they pay their taxes? And it's been tough times for some people, and so sometimes they don't always pay. So
I understand.
So it's a tough deal. So limited pot of money, and every year they always talk about raising taxes because of the needs, but due to politics, sometimes they don't raise the taxes. But
Well, now they're talking about the taxes for the lake, because they're trying to figure out how the lake is affecting the taxes or the waterfront properties.
Yep, they say that because it's not waterfront property anymore, because the water's way down, then it ought to be dropped in the for the appraisal and save the taxpayer some money that owns the property. But then I guess the other way to look at it is you got beachfront property.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got beachfront now.
They bought the property because they wanted to be on the lake, and now the lake's a long ways away. So I don't know how that's all going to play out.
Either.
But
just cross our fingers and hope for the best.
yeah, hope it rains.
Yes, it looks like it's about to rain. Hopefully we get something today. That'd be
Well,
nice.
This time of year, we never get enough to really matter, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we need a whole lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
And steady rain. We don't want it all today to fill up the lake.
We need over weeks and weeks.
To fill it up and keep from having some bad floods and problems. But well, yeah, we need to get the lake filled back up, and then steady amount of rain after that. But that's not up to any of us whether that happens. So
No, it's not.
just do a lot of hoping and praying. So.
Yes, sir.
Well, anyway, back to my news stories. We had a traffic stop that got a drug arrest on the 27th around midnight. The deputies conducted a traffic stop at the 2300 block Lipan Highway. During the stop, Rosa Marie Marino, 37 years old, was found to be in possession of under a gram of meth.
Oh, wow.
Marino was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, and that's a state jail felony, and bond was set at $5,000. And she's still in jail. So that's not too good. And then my narcotics guys, they always stay real busy with a lot of different investigations that we've got going on. And on the 26th at around 9 p.m., the narcotics unit conducted a drug investigation and arrested John Jacob Larimore, 28 years old, at the 2500 block of Acton Highway for delivery of and manufacture of a controlled substance with intent to distribute over a gram and under 4 grams.
Wow.
So that's a felony too, and bond was set at $20,000. He was in possession of 3.4 grams of meth during the investigation. Larimore also had 6 traffic warrants, and that fine totaled to be $3,065. So
Wow, he has quite the record.
yeah, and then a Springtown PD Class B theft warrant, and bond was set at $3,000 on that. So he's still in my jail. So
I believe it, but it's always good to get a distributor off the roads.
It definitely is. It definitely is. So he's locked up and rested in my jail. Then we had kind of a silly one. We had a disturbance over a chicken sandwich on the 25th at around 6:30 p.m. The deputies were dispatched to a disturbance at the 2800 block of Indian Gap Street out in Rolling Hill Shores. Deputies discovered a husband, 31 years old, had become so upset over a chicken sandwich his wife, 36 years old, had made that she had to call 911.
A chicken sandwich.
A chicken
Wow.
sandwich. No
Wow.
assault. No assault had occurred, and the husband had calmed down before the deputies arrived. The wife may consider ordering takeout the next time, but
Wow.
it's,
That's a first for me.
Well, it's-
Is it a first for you?
well, maybe over a chicken sandwich.
I went over a chicken sandwich.
We get some pretty crazy calls. Some of the, like Mark from the newspaper, he always comes up and gets our blotter. It's just a snapshot of here's what happened and when it happened over the course of the last week. And some of those really catch his attention sometimes, that he'll be looking down through that to see if anything exciting happened. And there's some
That would be pretty exciting.
wild things that
I
happen.
believe that.
When it gets hot, summertime, tempers flare, they drink, tempers flare sometimes, people on drugs, you know, it's never a dull moment around Hood County.
I believe that. I
It's
do.
always-
I understand. Even, in my situation, it's never a dull moment at all.
No, it's hard to believe that some of this stuff goes on, but it does. It's, I could write a book, but I don't have time to, so. Maybe one of these days. Then we had a pretty bad, serious call the other day on the 23rd around 11 p.m. Deputies responded to the 3800 block of Shadowwood Street in reference to a disturbance out in Oak Trail Shores. Deputies discovered Dustin Ray Pellberg, 23 years old, was at a birthday party and became violent when he was asked to leave. Pellberg threatened several people at the party with a kitchen knife and assaulted his 26-year-old brother by striking him in the face with his fist. Pellberg was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, felony 2, bond was $25,000, and assault family violence, a Class A misdemeanor at $5,000. And he's still in jail. And this one, he had that kitchen knife, and he just didn't want to put it down. He didn't want to give up, didn't want to calm down. And so my deputies, all my patrol deputies do have tasers, and
Put him down.
and he got to feel what that was like
So,
a couple times that night.
Put him
so.
down.
So, yeah, we can always get enough extra deputies and extra equipment, and you're not going to win. So,
No, not at all. Not at all.
so I don't know what upset him that day, but he's having plenty of time now to
Think about it.
think about it.
Yeah.
Then we, of course, have the Crime Stoppers, Crime of the Week. Crime Stoppers needs information on a theft that occurred sometime during the night of June 24th at a residence on the Acton Highway. The victim reported stolen a green 2007 Kawasaki Mule, a black 14-foot single-axle shop-made trailer, an oxygen and acetylene torch, DeWalt power tools, and a Hobart welder. The total value of this theft was $17,000. Anyone with information on this theft can call Crime Stoppers at 817-573-TIPS or go online at hoodcountycrimestoppers.com, or you can send a tip in a text message to 274637 to tip 129. You will remain anonymous, and if your tip leads to an arrest, you could receive up to a $1,000 cash reward. So that's
$17,000 is a lot of money in stolen goods.
It sure is. So
Hopefully the community can help on this one.
hopefully they will. We're working hard on this, trying to get to the bottom of this and figure out what happened to it and get it recovered for this person. So
Wow. Well, I thank you again for coming in this beautiful Friday morning.
well, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to come up here and keep the citizens informed of what's going on out there, and what's going on in the county, and what's going on at the county level in my world as sheriff. And just thought of another thing, that today was the first day in a long time that we went over 200 in my jail system in the population.
Wow.
So, but my jail's only 192 bed jail, so that's a problem.
It
And-
sounds like you have a cozy jail. No one wants to
Well,
leave.
Yeah, no one wants to leave, more keep coming. But we've got a deal worked out with Somerville County, so all the females go down there, and they're just pretty much packed down there because of my females. And I know we had, I think, 5 in holding this morning when I left to come
Wow.
over here. So I might have to use a third jail and take some over to Johnson County or out to Stephenville to Erath County Jail. But we'll see what happens if they can make bond. But we hit 201 this morning, so it's, in the summer times, it does get up with the population.
But has it ever overbooked itself like that?
Oh, yeah, and that's why we have to watch the population. We can keep a number of people in the jail cell, that's holding cells, but then for the people that have extended stays with us, then I have to be careful about that. So what we do with the females, they go to Somerville County, and I've got a contract with Erath County and Johnson County. So we'll take people to either one of those places depending on how much room they have available. So at one time, a couple of years ago, I guess that was in 2010, in the summer of 2010, we got up to about 250 in the system. So it's,
Wow, definitely overbooked there.
it happens, and they've been having discussion with the commissioners' courts since back around 2005, 2006 to build a new jail. We're making things work out, so it's working out fine. We're paying for out-of-county prisoners, but it's cheaper to do that than it is to build a new jail, because a new facility will cost millions, $10-12 million, and then you got to have the people to run it. You got to have the staff. A lot of different things have to change, so it could be a costly experience for the county. So it's cheaper for us to do this and take them out of county and
to set them up here at home.
Yep. So we're keeping on top of it. The county attorney's working hard. The district attorney's working hard to keep the count down as low as they can get it. Work those cases through the system. Right now they're finishing up by now they should be getting ready to go to the jury with a capital murder case that they've worked on. This is the third person of 3 that the other 2, a female and a male, have been found guilty and are off to the penitentiary, and this one, he's probably destined for the same thing. So with the Saban murder from out there at TJ's, so we'll know maybe later today how that comes out. So they're working on that, but the district attorney and the county attorney, they work real hard to keep that jail population down and keep the system going, keep Judge Messina busy, Judge Walton busy. And Judge Walton, he's been busy in this trial this week, and Judge Messina has had a bunch of, he had one trial early in the week, and then he's taken a lot of pleas and done a lot of stuff, and so this week there's been quite a number of them come in from county court of law into the jail to do their time. So it's bumped up the population, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I completely agree. But again, thank you so much for coming in, Sheriff. We do appreciate it, and I'm sure the community appreciates it also.
Well, thanks for having me.